Cancer, welcome to your reading. If you are looking to meet your spirit guide, there is a link in the description for that free meditation. If you would like a personal reading, there's also a link in the description for that. Without further ado, Cancer, let's get into your recent past. So, well, you got the Hermit, you got the Seven of Pentacles, and you got the Justice card. So this is interesting. It's almost as if there's something that you thought should have yielded some results by now, like in something longer term, that quite frankly hasn't. And you're just like not thinking that that's fair, that it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to, the way you thought it could have. And it just looks like in your recent past, it's, let me get a clarifying card just to, yeah, it's with the Hermit card there, it kind of looks like, I don't know how else to word. It looks like you're ready to come out of isolation. But that just seems weird. It's not like anyone's living alone in Antarctica or something. But it just looks like you're ready to like come out of isolation and like, well, you got the team player card clarifying that. So, oh, okay. Maybe instead of just getting everything done by yourself and on your own, you're now like recognizing the value of like collaboration with others. And so you're just wanting to get things done with others now. That's, yeah. You don't want to do everything by yourself anymore. Like you don't want to be alone, even though you're competent and smart and can like do everything by yourself. It's almost as if you had like an awakening, not an awakening, more of like an awareness of like, oh, sometimes I don't have to figure it all out. Sometimes other people can have figured it out and I can just buy the template, you know? But it does look like there's something, the thing that you've been wanting, even though there's a little bit of a place of like, it's not fair that it hasn't panned out. The Seven of Pentacles is like the seed well planted card. So you got it clarified by the Judgment. So Seven of Pentacles is the seeds are well planted. You just have to like wait for it to grow, right? The fact that you're worried that it might not because it doesn't feel fair, right? It's clarified by the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is like a new birth, a new phase. So it either indicates that whatever it is that you really, really wanted with a person or with a job, that there can be a second chance for it coming back around, or it can indicate, the Judgment can indicate like a new start. So like you'll get what you want, maybe just with someone else, or maybe at a different workplace. So it's kind of like a don't worry, even though your mind can't now see why, like how it can come in or how it can happen. It's like a don't worry, what you want will come in, whether it's with a second chance or with like someone else, but what you want can't come in. Oh, okay, this is for the thing that's feeling like it's not fair, it's not right. It's kind of like a little bit of a wake-up call that how you're acting is like the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fast taker, fast action, and like the goal of success, and like let's just take care of this quickly, let's just get it done. But the negative side of that can be a little bit rash, and the sword suit indicates that there's a little bit of like brutal, cold, heartless, or just a nicer way to word that is the Knight of Swords is more connected to let's just get to the end goal, let's get this solved and finished, but it's not taking into account emotions, which is like the Cups. So like the Knight of Cups might take more time breaking up with someone, whereas the Knight of Swords will be, it's over, give me my stuff, here's your stuff, right? So it's a just recognize that the way you're approaching it is very like fast, get to the end goal, but how it could be perceived to the other person like might be like just lack of emotion, because there's not really there's just no emotions with how this situation is being solved or handled or taken care of. And so the other person is just feeling, well, that's interesting. Know that the other person's gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine. They are fine. They're gonna be fine. It's a better way to word that. They're gonna have a jolt of happiness come into their life, and like you don't got to worry about them. In short, Cancer, you don't have to worry about them. You don't. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be happy. A jolt of happiness is gonna come into their life. Some commitment or something long term they've been working for is gonna come in for them, and they're also okay. If there was any disagreement, you both were learning the same lesson of like being more loving in your communication and connection because they're stepping into the Queen of Cups, which is like the person who really values emotions and connection. So in short, Cancer, don't worry about the other person. They're gonna be fine, and there's no lessons you got to teach them either. Whatever they learned, whatever lessons that they were supposed to learn, they're good. That is interesting. Okay, so in terms of right now, Cancer, what's going on for you? Oh, this is an interesting spread. Okay, so we got the Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Strength. It's really more like whatever happened in your past that didn't turn out how you would have hoped or would have liked. It's like it doesn't require a lot of deep meditation, deep insight. Um, it doesn't maybe if you're not like a meditative, introspective person, if you talk to others, friends, therapists, mentors, like it's just whatever happened, it doesn't require a lot of that time on it. It's really more about staying focused, about like diligently pursuing your path of whatever it is that you were working on that you wanted to work out. So I don't know if that was a job you were applying for, or I don't know if that was a relationship that you were going for, but it's there's not a lot of time that needs to be spent on like fixing what happened or what went wrong, what did they do. Like there's just not a lot of needing to analyze it, and it's more about take all the lessons you can from it and go, those were good lessons to learn. I still want to I'm still moving towards XYZ. So let's just say it was a relationship. The example would be, okay, I don't need to beat myself up for what I did. I don't need to analyze them. It's just, here's all the lessons I learned from it, and here's what I'm carrying with me moving forward. I'm still moving towards a committed relationship. Yes, please, thank you. And it kind of looks like in terms of the advice is the Strength card. And the Strength card is where it's where decisions aren't quick, they're more slow, and they're more done in a way with like compassion for both people involved. And so instead of the goal being, let's solve this quickly, let's resolve it, it's a, how can we solve this with both people feeling good? Because it kind of just looks like whatever happened in the past, the other person, how they would feel wasn't considered. So that might look like how they would feel receiving your message. That might look like, it just kind of looked like there was an overemphasis on not how you felt, but there's just more of an emphasis on trying to resolve it quickly and emphasizing how serious it was for you. But there was nothing taken into account of how the other person would receive it. So it's almost like, let's say it's work, okay, and you were supposed to do like a 20-page report, but you ran out of time. So you just like send in 3 pages to your boss, but all fast and hurried, like, hey, it's 4:59. Don't worry, this is the answer. I just didn't have the time to write the proof for it, right? Your boss might go, oh, but I have to present this to the board, the board right now. And if I don't have that proof, I don't feel good. But you're like, don't worry, the answer's right. Trust me, right? So, but now that person's already like emotionally jarred, like, wait, I don't have the proof. What if I'm in the board meeting and the board asks me and I'm not going to have the notes to walk them through it? And like, it may not have done any harm in the meeting. It might have just been smooth and fine. And you'll walk in the next day like, see, told you it was fine. but that person still had emotional impact while they were delivering that meeting. So kind of, that's why it just kind of looks like however something was delivered, like the lesson to learn from this to carry forward towards whatever it is you're working towards is how will they perceive this? And strength is definitely just the card where it's like know your end goal, your destination. Don't be quick to action, and like just like allow times. Allow you know how I'm going to share this with you guys how someone taught me this because I used to be very like quick to action and like I was actually pretty impulsive. But I like quick to action better because it's a little bit nicer. I was very quick to action, and someone just said, "Whoa, whoa, Kelly! Like, yes, you need to tell that guy no, but right now I just think you're a little angry and a little heated. So what if you just allow time for it to cool down? What if you allow your answer, even though you're going to say the same thing, what if you still allow a little time for better words to come, so that it's sexy?" So now instead of saying no f you to people, it's like a oh, I appreciate your consideration for wanting to include me in that. I just, right now my time's kind of tied up. I'm really focused on this and this in my life, and I just want to be able to like appropriately dedicate my time to your beautiful cause that it deserves. That's a lot nicer than no, I don't want to spend my time that way. So it's letting the answer get sexy. Yeah, because it's kind of recognizing, well, you just wanted to like sweep it under the rug and be done with it. But in relationships, Cancer, it's just, even though you can't, how do I say this? You can't logicify emotions. You shouldn't feel that way. Here's why. Like, right, even though like that person might be being irrational or their emotions don't make sense, like emotions come from things that happened in your past. Emotions aren't rational. So it's not like a boom, 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 let's get it done, like get here. You shouldn't feel bad. Come on, I let us here. It's just really about taking into consideration how the other person will feel. I'm curious what's going on in your life, Cancers. So it looks like going into your near future, it kind of looks like whatever this is it is going to like weigh on your mind a little bit because you've got the Ten of Wands, which is like the burden card, like something just weighing on your mind. And it's almost like what it kind of feels like with the card is that you're still going to be trying to solve the problem, even though whoever this was, it did hit them hard, and it jarred them. They took it hard, but it kind of looks like they're kind of quickly prompting with like okay, I need another source of support in my life. If it was a personal relationship issue, if it was a work, then it would be like your boss is like, wow, I never thought that employee would have left. But okay, I need someone else new and who could do X, Y, Z. So they're already like focused on, wow, that was jarring. That was unexpected. I never would have saw that coming, but okay, I now need this in my life. So you don't need to solve the problem. And when you do let go of trying to take action to rectify the problem with like a no, 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 maybe, because you might be in a place of no, 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 maybe they just didn't understand me. No, 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 no. I now see it from their point of view. Let me re-talk to them. I could definitely tell you the person, they're not going to, it's not that they're not going to be open or are going to be closed off to it. It's that they're just already so focused on new things. Well, not new. They've refocused their life right now, and they're just focusing on other things. So they're just not going to have, I don't want to say time. Their focus is just elsewhere in life, and likely, well, whatever. We don't need to dip into them. This is your reading. So it's as soon as you stop trying to take action to like rectify the situation, a lot of the burden will be lifted, and you'll get to the Four of Wands, the happiness. It's really what I'm really hearing from them right now is take the lessons that you learned and like move on, refocus on what it is, the end goal that you want. Let go of the person, the who, what, when, where, how, the person, the place, Let go of it being this job needing to hire you. Let it go of this person saying yes to a relationship. Like let go of the who. Focus on the end goal, the desire. I'm employed at the highest paying place. I'm with the love of my life. Focus on the end goal. not the who, what, when, where that's supposed to be there. And that's what's going to get you back to happiness. It's kind of like learn what you need to learn and move on. Is there anything else that Cancer? No, not at this time. If you want, you can pull 2 more cards. I mean, kind of. Let's see what the 2 extra cards are. Oh, well, I can tell you when you do go through that shift of learning all these lessons and moving forward, you're going to go from being the Knight of Swords to being the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a good card. He's the slowest moving knight in the deck. He is the wealthiest knight of the deck. So it's kind of like, it's almost as if you're going to start being ready to start the journey of considering people for a family. That's interesting. And it's as if you're walking away from being in your head. The Knight of Swords is like when you're in your head, you're like running over things in your head, like, did I say that right? What if I did this? Would it have turned out differently? They said this. Did I interpret it wrong? Did they mean it a different way? It's just like, it's just the card of like when you are in your head. So when you learn to like everything that we discussed in the video, you're going to start being the Knight of Pentacles instead of the Knight of Swords. So, and you are going to be liked by more people. Because the Knight of Swords is just always viewed as like just not affectionate, whereas the Knight of Pentacles is like, oh wow, that's a generous guy. Oh, he was so warm. He didn't lead me on, but he left a nice tip. So you're just going to be perceived more warmly by others after the aftermath of all of this comes down, and you won't be in your head so much. You won't be like, I think like instead of how I describe the Knight of Swords, like in your head overthinking, which is the normal definition of that card, I think for you it's more of like the amount of pre-planning you would do. Maybe to say something, maybe for a speech, but just the amount of pre-planning, the amount of mental effort you put to make things happen. You're just not going to spend your time there. All right, Cancer, I hope this video helped. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you liked it. Again, if you want to meet your spirit guide or book a personal reading, the links for both of those are in the description down below. But have a good month. Have a good day. All that good stuff.